So we are talking about
why we changed our channel name. We want to warn people of joining one of these MCNs and just explain our story, basically.
yeah. Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Sounds good.
what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the mountains of North Idaho. Liz and I are sitting up on top of our mountain here, and we wanted to make this video. It's going to be a little different than like our standard videos, but as a lot of you may know, we recently changed our channel name. There's a lot of questions on why we did that, and we really want to break it down and let you guys know, and actually almost give other YouTube channels a little warning and
Right.
yeah, just explain our story and what happened with us. And
Yeah, because it was a pretty
Yeah.
big deal. We didn't just change our channel name. We made an entirely new YouTube channel.
yeah,
You know, and there's definitely several reasons for that. I feel like when we kind of did it, we weren't able to let everybody know because of some stuff that was going on behind the scenes. We were actually getting this taken care of, so we couldn't put that out into the open, but now we can. So we just wanted to really explain that to everybody, so we're kind of all on the same page, put it out there, you know, so we are just kind of trying to be authentic about it. You know, it was never our original plan. We might have gone about it a different way by just, you know, changing Laid Back Living to something else rather than
starting
you know,
a whole
starting
nother channel.
completely over.
Literally starting from scratch, guys.
It just seems like it's been like kind of a mess the last couple of months, and I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's life. We're dealing with it, and we're finding ourselves on the other side now, which is great.
Yeah, finally.
So I guess we'll go back to a couple of months, January maybe.
It would have been a little before that. I think it would have been November or December of 2022. We were emailed. We were approached by this company saying, hey, we're at this multi-channel network and we want to help you guys grow your YouTube channel. We want to help you with your thumbnails. We want to help you with your views. We want to help you with your monetization. They just wanted to help us with everything. And they said they were going to give us this specialist. You know, this was a person that we worked one-on-one with, you know, via Skype or Zoom over the internet, basically. But it was a person dedicated to us, as well as like a few other channels they were working with, but dedicated to us as like our main go-to contact person that really like gave us a lot of insight on strategies on how we could be helping or how we could be growing our YouTube channel, essentially. So I guess we should probably explain how that works, because a lot of you guys like maybe don't know this. So Liz and I do get some income from YouTube. The ads that play before the videos, we do get some income from that. And we also get income from the sponsored videos. If there's any type of sponsorship in the video, you know, we charge that sponsor for some space, basically, in the video. So that's how that works. So this company, the multi-channel network, and we'll get to their name. We'll warn people about their name and everything here in a bit, but the way it works is we have to sign our complete revenue over to them. So that paycheck that Google had been paying us, we now have to sign 100% of that paycheck to this company, our new partner that's going to help us with our YouTube channel. And we were a little hesitant in the beginning. I remember we went back and forth for a while. That was kind of the kicker for us. They were promising all these things, but we didn't like giving them full access and full control to our paycheck.
Right. It's like the telltale sign. If it seems too good to be true, you know, it most likely is. And, you know, we're able to look back now and see very obviously that we should have, you know, asked around a little bit more and like really dove deeper into what these actually do and whether we actually need them, you know, because these multi-channel networks, like they reach out to creators that are about our size,
A little smaller,
you know, a little smaller,
as far as
but
like YouTube things
as
goes.
far as YouTube goes, a little smaller, but like definitely room for growth. You know, I think they see the channels that are putting out videos regularly, you know, that have room for growing, because once you're in that contract, you're in that contract.
You're in that contract,
you know?
Yep. So eventually, I guess long story short, we signed and all was good for a few months. We didn't see much growth, but we were working with our specialist one-on-one, and yeah, I guess we only were working with the specialist, and maybe by month 2, end of month 2, going into month 3, we had some concerns for like the quality of service that they were giving us. So I set up an email, not with our specialist, but with our main contact there over at the company, and just to try to voice my complaint and say, hey, we noticed this is going on. We'd love to kind of steer away from what's happening.
Right.
And so I had a call with him. It was like a FaceTime. And During that call, we learned that they had fired our specialist. Our lady that we were working one-on-one with, they had fired her, let her go, or whatever happened. And they didn't even tell us that. This had been about 2 weeks at that point that our specialist had no longer been with the company. You know, and Liz and I were completely in the dark. So not only did we have these concerns on the quality of the services that this company had been offering previously, now we just learned that they were kind of hiding this from us, because I think they knew we were going to be upset if they let us go. I think they knew that their quality of services weren't that good.
Right.
They had different departments within the company. We used to reach out. They would tell Liz and I, you know, now mind you, this company is essentially hired by Liz and I. Liz and I would have to do all the legwork to reach out to try to get some thumbnails made, or to try to get some like your banners or any artwork, any like computer generated artwork. We had to reach out to this different department,
Yeah, the design team.
The design team, and yeah, there weeks delay, guys. Like, it would take so long to get a reply even from this department, let alone actually have something produced for you, something useful that you could use on your YouTube channel.
Right.
So yeah, there was just like so much that went on there that never actually came to fruition, other than us working with the specialists.
Right.
Until the specialist got fired.
Right. And I don't know if they were just trying to keep it hush hush until maybe they found us a new specialist or what.
That's what
but like I definitely wish they had let us know, like, hey, you're no longer going to be working with this person. You know, there might be a little delay, but like just absolutely no communication whatsoever. You know, and that was definitely unsettling to us, because we immediately began to wonder, well, why do we need you guys? Like, we don't. Any of the services that you're offering us, you can very easily find on your own, you know.
It was so minimal what
so
we're
minimal.
doing.
And like the thing, like signing over our entire like revenue to them, that's a big deal.
Right.
You know?
So I think we missed a part on that. So we signed 100% to them, and then they were going to give us 90% of that revenue back. They were going to keep 10%. And we agreed upon that. But yeah, so we signed over that 100% though, and they pay us a 90.
Right.
Which is what we didn't like. After we learned about everything that had gone on and that our specialist was fired, Liz and I saw that as a breach of contract on their part, and we just immediately said, you know what, this is enough. We want no part of you guys anymore. We don't want to be partners with you. We're just going to part our separate ways, and you know, it's unfortunate that it is what it is, but you know, thanks, see you later.
Right.
And immediately this company got slightly nasty. Yeah, they were like threatening right out of the gate. They were threatening that if Liz and I broke our term of the partnership, even though we feel that they broke theirs in the beginning, they saw it as us leaving the partnership. So they immediately started threatening us with like trying to charge us fees, and
like ridiculous fees
and holding our revenue. And yeah, they've held our revenue for a long time now. We'll get to that here in a bit. But immediately it was like a really unfriendly thing. We were just trying to be reasonable with these people, and we laid out the list of things that like they had fallen short on, and we really felt like they were not holding up their end of the contract, and they did not see it that way at all.
Right.
Immediately tried to like charge us or tell us they're going to hold our revenue, everything like that.
Yeah.
So what Liz and I can do is we can go to YouTube and request to leave this partnership, this network, and we did that. And the company immediately came back to us and said, hey, you need to cancel your request. You need to have everything go through us. But by that point, Liz and I had lost like complete trust in this company, especially after the immediate like threats to hold payments, and nobody would get back to us. Nobody would jump on a call with us. It was just like, it was really shady. So we never canceled that request. We started that request on, let's see, it would have been April 21st, I believe. Right in there, we started the request to ask YouTube to step in and help us part ways with this network, because at that point, the network was not releasing our channel. And in turn, they had full control of our revenue. And Liz and I did not want to be a part of that at all. So as soon as we started that request, I guess, it took 30 days for YouTube to step in and do whatever they do and get us our channel back.
Right.
Since those 30 days have ended, we did get our channel back. They just recently gave us our channel back.
Right.
But since we had been partnered with this company for, man, like almost 5 months now, they took all of our Google revenue for those last 5 months up until the day that that YouTube gave us our channel back. That company was collecting our revenue, 100% of it, and they were supposed to give us that 90% back. So that's 4 or 5 months now, and Liz and I have not seen a payment from this company ever.
Right.
Ever. And we never will. And after talking with lawyers, we never will.
No.
You know, and it sounds like we actually might have gotten away fairly lucky. So they're going to take about $2,500 to $3,000 from Liz and I that we will never see. That's our money that we, in the previous months, had been earning from income on YouTube. Those short ads that you see before the videos, we will never see that. So that company made off like bandits, basically.
Right. Yeah, pretty crazy. And I don't even know if we had mentioned, we were in this contract for a year. You know, it was much before that where Mike and I felt that we had
signed for a year.
We had signed for a year.
We were only in it for about 3 or 4 months.
Right, before like we decided, and like it was pretty obvious that this wasn't really worth it and that we don't really want any part of it. And that was when this company still had full control over our YouTube, is when Mike and I decided, well, you know what, we're just going to completely cut off all the ad revenue towards that channel.
Towards Laid Back Living.
Toward Laid Back Living. So that's when we turned it off. You're not going to see, at that point, you weren't going to see any more ads on Laid Back Living. And we made our new channel, The Lordens.
Right.
We said, you know what, we're still going to be a part of Laid Back Living because this is our brand that we've built, but this channel is no longer earning that ad revenue. So we're going to make a new channel just to kind of like stick it to them almost.
We were trying to cut all revenue to this company because we realized at that point they were going to take all the money that they were getting paid from us. So we were trying to make that number as small as possible. Even though it was already in the thousands, we were trying to make it, you know, cut it off completely.
Right.
So yeah, we made a whole new channel with a whole new revenue stream that's only tied to us. And that was really the catalyst to start that new channel. We had kicked around the idea of starting the new channel.
Yeah, it was never, we hadn't really decided if we're going to just, you know, rename Laid Back Living or start a whole new channel, which they're two completely different things. You know, starting over from scratch is, you know, not an easy thing to do. You know, we've built our brand up for the last 3 years, and I feel like we've worked hard, like both on and off screen, you know, to get to this point. And to completely start over, that was a big decision for us, and like one that we definitely didn't take lightly. You know, it wasn't just a spur of the moment thing, and we would have never done that if we didn't feel completely like passionately about the fact that this company is not being fair, not being right.
They were stealing from us at that point.
Yeah,
they were
and
100% stealing
yeah,
from
they
us.
didn't. Yeah, the services that they provided, the things that they did for us, you know, was definitely not worth the money that they took, and they took that money. You know, you have to read the fine print on those things, and, you know, we'd have to go back and like really, really dive through to see, you know, what the repercussion is for canceling your contract before it's up. But
yeah, it's absurd. Some of their payments they were trying to, it's
Yeah.
absurd. So for any YouTube channel that has made it this far in this video, do not work with BBTV. That's a company that we were promised all these things, and essentially they ended up holding our channel hostage for 30 days past our will.
Right.
Yeah, have never seen a payment from them. They probably took, like I said, around $3,000 from us that we will never see. So do not work with BBTV or any other MCN at that point. I'm not saying don't work with any of these guys. Just do your research. Really look it up. Really try to talk to some people. There's not a huge network out there. But after Liz and I kind of have dealt with all this and gone through it, we have learned through our research, because we really dove in there for a bit, that these multi-channel networks are notoriously slightly shady. You know, they offer all these services and don't quite deliver.
Right.
There's other stories out there that are very, very similar to Liz and I's, where the channel requests to have the network, you know, disconnected, and the network just strings them out and says, hey, just wait, and, you know, hang on, we got to do this. And so we're not the only case of this happening by any means.
And unfortunately, like talking about it, it seemed like that could very well be the case, is like the reason these companies are making the money, a lot of the money that they are, you know, could be because of cases like ours
They're
where
swindling people.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they're promising all these things that they can't deliver, won't deliver. And, you know, like I had kind of said earlier, there was nothing that they provided us that we couldn't have gotten on our own, you know, from just reaching out to, you know, other channels, more successful YouTubers than us, you know, doing research online. All of the information is there. You know, you do not have to sign over
Your rights,
your rights
payment
to your own channel.
Yeah,
And you
and
should never have to do that, I don't think.
it was very enticing, but even in the long run, they did not deliver on any of those things. All the things they promised, they never delivered anyway. So,
And
it's
that's
all
another
just-
reason why they, you know, target channels that are a little bit smaller like us, because we're like, yeah, like we want to be this big channel one day. Like, you're going to help us get there quickly. Like, that's awesome. You know, it was like sounded a little too good to be true. It sounded great. But that's about where that ended, you know.
Yep, so luckily we got our channel back and we're stoked on it. So finally we can kind of get back in the swing of things. But at the same time, we think this could have been just like a kind of a blessing in disguise to make another channel to really break apart Laid Back Living from the Lordens. Because when you take a step back and you look at Laid Back Living, what we have been doing for the last 3 years, like, there's nothing laid back about it.
No.
We've been busting our butts trying to develop this homestead. So Laid Back Living, while it's a really cool name, it doesn't exactly fit the content that we have been putting out on it, which is fine. That's totally fine. That's why we wanted to shift to the Lordens and really make the Lordens about who we are, what we're doing, and really try to document what we're making here on this property, here on this homestead, this 10-acre homestead. Like, really document that process.
Right.
And not to say that we're not going to post on Laid Back Living anymore.
Yeah, because we do have full intentions, and, you know, a lot of people aren't willing to channel hop, and that's just fine. But there's definitely people out there that would like to see multiple aspects of our lives, you know, that want to see the more chill, like, laid back stuff, you know, and you'll be able to get that on Laid Back Living. And then you want that hard work, that, like, really nitty gritty homestead life, you know, you'll find that as well on the Lordens.
On the Lordens, yeah. So that's kind of our goal with everything. And then, you know, another really cool thing that we're going to try to do is any video that's posted on the Lordens channel, if you guys have any questions about that video, just drop them in the comments below on the Lordens. And then on Laid Back Living, we come over and do like a nice sit down kind of breakdown of that project, answer your guys' questions in that video, and just kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
So really try to consider subscribing to both channels. I think it could be really cool. And yeah, the Laid Back Living, when we kind of sit down, it's kind of like a podcast, a little more sit down style like this. But that's where we kind of like really break down, and you guys can see our thoughts and like the thought process of what happened and how that project kind of played out. So I think it's kind of a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's good. It gives us a chance. I mean, that's what we're doing anyways. We're debriefing, you know, we're going over, we're discussing, like, you know, coming up with future things, talking about our plans, like our goals. You know, we're doing that anyways. And I mean, a lot of people like to see that kind of like the inside version of like what actually goes on behind the scenes, because the videos you'll see, especially on the Lordens, are more edited. You know, something that could take us
A week.
4 or 5 days is cut down into a 20-minute video.
Right.
So there's a lot that you don't get to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, putting up, you know, a mile of fence is not that exciting if you do it over and over and over. So we try to mash it up into something that's somewhat appealing for you guys, kind of short and sweet.
Right.
But yeah, if you want the long, drawn-out version, ask your questions, check out the video on Laid Back Living in a week or two time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I mean,
hopefully that clears up. You know, I do agree that we weren't able to dive deep into, hey, we're making a new channel, go follow us there.
it was because of legal reasons.
Yeah.
We didn't want to talk bad about this company and
while we were
still in there.
Yeah, they were still like had a hold on our channel.
Yeah.
And now that, you know, we're completely free of that, we are able to put it out there, and maybe other people do have like a good experience with this company. That could be the case, but we definitely know there's other people out there that have had similar experiences as we have had with these multi-channel networks.
Yeah, so long story short, I guess that was the catalyst of us starting the new channel. We had kicked around the idea, but a company essentially trying to screw us was the catalyst to start the whole thing. So sorry that we didn't let you guys in earlier, but yeah.
We definitely learned our lesson with that one. We, you know, we'll know what to look out for in the future. It's not a necessary thing.
If you're another YouTube channel watching this, like I said, just do some research, hear our story, you know, make a good, confident decision.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point. We could talk for a while about that.
Right.
Irritated.
Getting
We
all fired
appreciate
up
you guys
again.
watching.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. We'll see you in one of our next videos, but we appreciate you watching.